Ladies and gentlemen, when I get to stand up here and look at all of you, I already feel stronger. My name is Miri Eisin, and I have the opposite story in a sense of some of the people standing up here, because my parents immigrated to Israel 45 years ago. I'm a colonel, I'm in reserves, I haven't been in active duty, and when I look at Boston and I look at you standing here, I feel the only other place that I feel at home aside from inside Israel. So I arrived at the beginning of last week. Not only am I a colonel in reserves, not only have I served most of my life in the IDF, I'm also a mother, a wife. I live in where I live, and mentioned before by the rabbi that she was in Ra'anana. So what started 5 weeks ago, and what does it mean to us Israelis? And I just arrived, and every day I talk to my kids, to my husband, as days go on, to give you an idea of what goes on. Because we've gone through very difficult times in Israel, and this is difficult times. But I want to understand what it means and explain this to all of us. So you wake up in the morning, and at 10 a.m., there's an attack in Jerusalem. Maybe I won't go to Jerusalem. You say at 11 a.m., there's an attack in Tel Aviv. I had a meeting in Tel Aviv. And then on the following day, on Tuesday, an attack in Jerusalem. And then on one day, and I don't know if you were in town that day, Rabbi, there were 2 attacks in Ra'anana. I live next door to Ra'anana. I live a very busy life, as most of the people here do too. I teach, I lecture, I mainly talk about the security-related issues, but this time it came close to home, because I live in Ra'anana, and Ra'anana is to my city pretty much like Newton to Brookline. So it happened in Brookline and not in Newton, but my kids are right next door, and I did something I never do. Lived in Israel my entire life, I've never done that. At 2:45, I text my 2 teenage children who take the bus every day, and I text them and said, "Hi, I'm coming to pick you up from school." So aside from the fact that they were ecstatic by the fact that mom was going to go pick them up from school, that was on a Tuesday, and I went and picked them up. Because in the 2 attacks that were in Ra'anana, in the attacks inside Jerusalem, in different attacks all over Israel, when a car comes and mows down the bus station, you kind of say, so should my kids be going and standing at the bus station? So I went and picked them up. But I want to remind you what Israel is about. The following morning, I sent my kids to the bus station. The following afternoon, when they called and said, "Mom, there was an attack today, you're going to come pick us up?" I was like, "No, you're going to take the bus home." Because when you live inside Israel, when you allow the terror to change the life that you're living, then the terror has succeeded. So you wake up the next morning, and you swallow the spit and that gut feeling as a mother, and you say, as both an Israeli, as a colonel, as somebody who has lived there my entire life, as somebody who is going to live there for the next 40 years, and Israel is going to be there for the next 100, but we're going to be there because we stand up, we wake up the next day, we start making really bad, and you have to find them out, they're really bad jokes about knives, which is so not nice. Here we are, because you need a sense of humor to be able to face that. You need to be able to stand up and say, we're stronger than the horrific incitement. The word that I've heard more than anything else tonight coming on and through is the word about education. Let's educate ourselves to stand strong. Let's educate ourselves to be responsible. Let's educate our children to be the ones who stand up because they know that they have to do. Being strong, being responsible is not doing whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. It means that I wake up every day here, and I've been here for almost a week, and I say, really? They're taking the bus? Really? They're standing at a bus stop? I allow my 11-year-old to walk up to the main street next to the bus stop, and I think, really? Ra'anana, Ramat Sharon, what difference does it make? But if you change your life, then you are succumbing exactly to what the incitement, to what the terror is trying to do. And you know what? We've been there. We've done that. It was worse 2000 to 2005, and I hope it never goes back to the way that it was then. And you know what? We stood up to it then also. But when I stand here and I look at you and you can't see yourself, this is why we got to stand strong. I absolutely relate to the Israelis who stand here. The worst part for us, beyond the incitement, what's happening, these knives, the lack of this whole random aspect, random is one way of looking at it, the worst part is that you turn on TV and you go to the international media and you go, oh my God, not only is this happening to us, but we are the monster. And then I come here and I stand strong And I know that we don't stand alone. And I know that we do have together the common capability to face these, and we will continue to face them together. Because the only way we can face this is through education, is through standing together. And as an Israeli, and you have to remember this, and I understand every Israeli who says, the nieces, the nephews, my kids, as they both go to school, as they go into the army, my husband still serves in the military, every single day I say, we stand here. If you succumb to terror, then they've won. So we're going to stand strong. You're going to give us backing, and together we will be able to face whatever is tomorrow on a new day. Thank you so much, Pastor. Shalom.